Good morning, beloveds. I have a little bit of a headache today. It's probably just the weather system. Tom said he was watching the weather, and there's a high pressure system up north and a low pressure system down here, and that's why we keep getting the thunderstorms, and they're hot up there. So I'm just like, okay, which is probably why I have a headache. But all right. It is June. It is the first day of the month of June. Tomorrow is my mother's birthday. So, I don't... All right. So, it is June 1st. The title is That Secret Place. Our author is Annie S. Greenwood. And this was published in Aspire in 1954. And this is from The Divine Science. And it starts off with a quote. They that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And that is Psalm 91:1. What is the secret place, and how shall we attain unto it? I believe that it is that deep, satisfying, confident feeling that we are attuned to God, trusting Spirit, and relying on Spirit's protection, love, and guidance. This is not an intellectual attainment. It is an inner awareness of peace and trust, which defies definition, but is the most real experience anyone can have. When it has been reached, there is no doubt in the mind of the person who experiences it, even if they cannot put it into words. Thought beyond explanation, it is precious and enduring to all who have attained it. How are we to gain this experience? Possibly in as many ways as there are persons seeking it, but always plain to the earnest seeker, even though no one else may find it in the same way. It is the result of the surrender of the little self to the divine will, a letting go of anything that would hinder the full blessings of the God presence in one's heart and life. It is thinking, feeling, saying, and acting, thy will be done. And the reward? We shall consciously live in a realm of knowing that we are safe, led, provided for, and kept from wrong actions and wrong results. It is the conviction that enables us to say with Jesus, the Spirit and I are one. It is security. It is peace, power, and happiness. It is success in the work of helping establish the kingdom of God on earth. Spirit, I would attain the security, peace, and power today as I seek to become constantly aware of thy presence. Well, I don't know that I have a whole lot to say. She lined it out pretty well. And the interesting thing about it is, she starts off talking about the mystic experience. And that's exactly what I was thinking of. When you have a mystic experience, there's not language to describe it. So when people are trying to explain their mystical experiences to other people, they sound crazy. But if the other person who's listening has had a mystical experience, even though there aren't words to describe it, they understand. It's like, oh, you had one of those experiences. Okay, I get it. I don't understand it, but I get it. And that's the difference. I get it, but I don't understand it. I love the fact that she said, how many ways are there to get to the secret place of the Most High? And she said, well, how many people are there walking around? And just because it worked for one person doesn't mean anybody else will get it that same way. But it's available to everybody. She pretty much made that clear. So it's like, okay, you can go and read about absolutely everybody's mystical experiences. But just because they did it that way doesn't mean that's the way you're going to do it. And that's one of the reasons why these teachings are guides. Okay? because we can't tell you exactly how you're going to have that experience. We can't tell you definite steps that you can take to get there, but we can give you guidelines. It's like, okay. And she says, all right, the only way to do this is to surrender your little self to the divine self. Now, she said the divine will, and I'm going to get back to that. But the only way to do it is to surrender your little self. And everybody's going to do it differently. Everybody's going to do it. There's not one size fits all when it comes to that mystic experience, when it comes to that surrender. Every one of us has our own way to do it, you know. And so your way is not my way, and my way is not your way, but we'll both get there if we're honestly willing to do that. Now, let's go back to the surrendering the little self to the divine will. First off, don't worry about losing yourself. You are an individualized center of that divine self, that divine will. So you are not going to lose yourself when you surrender yourself, which is why I think she said, surrender your little self to the divine will. You're not going to lose yourself in the divine self, but what you are doing is becoming willing. And that's the key. Not thy will, but not my will, but thine. Too often what we do is we try and white knuckle things. We try and will things into happen, forgetting that it's not our will. It's not our will. It's not our power that makes things happen. It's when we surrender to the power flowing through us that things happen. And that's the really incredible thing. So when we surrender to the divine will, we are not giving up our own agency. What we are doing is becoming willing to be guided, to be led, to allow that power and presence to flow through us. Not just to us, but through us. And when we are willing to, and that's it, when we are willing, it's like we give up, we surrender our little self to that willingness of the presence. Amazing things happen. Mystic things happen. We come into alignment with the divine self, and God can only do for us what God can do through us. So when we come into alignment with that divine self, amazing things start to happen. And we have those mystic experiences. And you know it, even when you can't describe it, when that's happened. When you have just been in the flow and things are just happening around you and it's amazing. And then, you know, the material world rears its head and we go, oh, you know, and so the goal is to practice that, slipping into that flow more and more often, attaining that alignment with the divine, and allowing that to flow through us. And when that happens, well, you know, then we found that secret place, because it isn't a place per se. It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. You know how I use that Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul, allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. Okay? It's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. The secret place is a state of mind. If we're constantly trying to get to a place, a destination, we're missing the journey. And that's what the mystical experience is. It's a journey, you know? It's not one place that we're going to get to and stay. It's a place that we're going to continually find. And we're going to find it new and wonderful in different ways all the time, because we are going to acknowledge that it is a state of mind. I really enjoyed this one. I commend to you Annie S. Greenwood. When we come back to the reward, we shall constantly live in a realm of knowing that we are safe, led, provided for, and kept from wrong actions and wrong results. It is the conviction that enables us to say with Jesus, the Spirit and I are one. It is security, it is peace, power, and happiness. It is success in the work of helping to establish the kingdom of God on earth. When you live in the kingdom yourself, it's that much closer to being established on earth in the material realm. And each of us has our part to play. So, let's see. It is the inner awareness of peace and trust which defies definition, but is the most real experience anyone can have. Defies explanation. That's what the mystic experience. When it has been reached, there is no doubt in the mind of the person who experiences it, even if they cannot put it into words. Mystical experience. Okay, so I'm going to go back to how are we to gain this experience? And then she says, look, how many people are there on earth? That's how many ways there are to do it. But it is the result of the surrender of the little self to the divine will, letting go of anything that would hinder the full blessing of the God presence in one's heart and life. So it's not an intellectual exercise, but a surrendering of the will. It is becoming willing to come into alignment and to allow that divine love to flow through us at its full potential. So she has this little affirmation down at the bottom. Spirit, I would attain the security, peace, and power today as I seek to become constantly aware of the presence. So I would say if there's a mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to become constantly aware of the presence. To surrender our little selves to the divine will, to become willing. And what are we becoming willing to do? To be led, to be guided, to allow that love to flow through us, to be willing to have those experiences that we then can't explain to anybody else. But when you are in a room of people who've had it, even if you can't explain it, they get it. And that's the difference. I don't understand, but I get it. Okay? And there's that. And you'll know those people when you meet them. You'll know them. So, constantly aware of the presence. That's the goal. That's the mission. All right. So, I don't know about you, but I really love today's reading. So, you have your mission today. The second part of it is the same one I give you every day, which is the, as my words stop working, the practice of self-care. Okay. It's a spiritual practice. Okay. Spiritual practice, practicing love, kindness, and compassion on yourself. Practice self-care. If you are going to have mystical experiences, you absolutely do need to practice self-care. So that means getting enough sleep, and that means eating food that supports you, and that means taking naps and taking walks and taking deep breaths and finding a community of people that understand you. They may not understand you, but they get you. And there's a difference, and you know what I mean. So that is what I mean by self-care. It looks like taking time off, but it also looks like getting stuff done. And it looks like eating dessert first, which is making room for joy. All right. Your life is a special occasion. Please treat it as such. And I encourage you to practice on yourself for 3 reasons. There are more than that. The main 3 reasons. 1, you are your own best test subject. Is this the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do? 2, I want you to create that habit. I want you to create that routine of self-care. It is very important. Practicing love, kindness, and compassion on yourself, because you build up a bank of it. It also, you are creating that well-worn path to that secret place of the Most High, the source of your own being, which is the source of infinite love, infinite kindness, infinite compassion. And then you let that flow through you. All right? So when you meet people that need a little extra, including yourself, you got plenty to share. And the third reason is because you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. You are a beloved child of God. Please Always remember that. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. You are a beloved child of God. All right? Okay. The rest of the suggestions are to do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. To drink plenty of water. As we move into the warmer months, it's easier, but your brain works better when it's well hydrated. If you're going to have a mystical experience, you might as well take your brain along with your heart. And then to get early in your day bright light. This is a very practical science-based suggestion that early in your day bright light helps to reset your circadian rhythm, that natural hormone rhythm that you have. And when you get that early in your day bright light, and artificial light counts if you get up before the sun or it's a cloudy day. It's not a cloudy day today. It's full on sun out there, so it's great. You'll have more energy during the day and you'll sleep better at night. So, circadian rhythm. It's science. You can look it up. And as always, I'm going to quote you Ernest Holmes because it's my favorite Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. Because it's a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. If we are going to practice that presence, that's what it creates. And he is talking about the kingdom of God on earth. Well, how do we do that? By opening the windows of our soul and recognizing that it's already here and that it is not a place so much as a state of mind. All right. So, and you can always take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. Gratitude will get you everywhere. It is a great way to come into alignment with that kind of stuff. Okay. So, social media, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on, so please feel free to take advantage of the content that is up there. I do encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. You want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact, and that will allow you to, the hot links are hot. If it says click here, it'll either take you right to the information, i.e. the Soul Session playlist, that's good content. It'll take you right to the YouTube channel. So, or it'll take you to the person that can help you get it. All right. I guess I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, I said a wonder-filled day. I'm going to go back to a wonder-filled day. Apparently I want to have a wonder-filled day. A surrendering day, a mystical experience day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling, as Reverend Jesse likes to call us. All right? Know the truth of your being. It makes surrendering yourself to the divine will a whole lot easier when you recognize who you are and, more importantly, what God is. So, that's the other part of that equation. The interesting thing about walking into Science of Mind is there are a whole lot of things about God that you get to give up that didn't make sense in the first place. Okay? All right. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.